There is a specific type of person almost everyone has in their life. A partner, a parent, a friend, a coworker. Someone for whom losing an argument is not simply disagreeing about a fact. It is something closer to losing a piece of themselves. You can present clear evidence. You can be unmistakably correct, and it does not matter. They will pivot, deflect, change the subject, find some technicality, or simply repeat their position louder until the conversation ends with nothing resolved except your own exhaustion. Today, I want to explain what is actually happening underneath this pattern, because the explanation is more interesting and more useful than simply labeling someone stubborn. Psychologists studying this behavior point to something called ego defensiveness. For most people, being wrong about a fact is a small, low-stakes event. It does not threaten anything fundamental about who they are. But for people with a particular psychological structure, being wrong registers not as a factual correction, but as an attack on their competence, their intelligence, or their value as a person. This connects to research on self-esteem stability. People with what psychologists call contingent self-esteem, self-worth that depends heavily on external validation, performance, and being seen as capable, experience even minor criticism or correction as disproportionately threatening. Their sense of self is not a stable foundation. It is something that needs to be actively defended in almost every interaction. This is why facts so rarely work on someone like this. You are not actually disagreeing about a fact. You are unknowingly threatening their psychological stability. And no amount of additional evidence addresses that underlying threat. It often makes it worse, because more evidence means more pressure on something already fragile. There is also a documented connection to early developmental experiences. Research on parenting styles and self-esteem development has found that children raised in environments where mistakes were met with harsh criticism, ridicule, or withdrawal of approval often grow into adults who experience even small errors as catastrophic. The nervous system learned early that being wrong was dangerous. That association does not simply disappear with age. What this means practically is that the person who cannot admit they are wrong is very often not arrogant in the way it appears. Underneath the insistence is frequently a person who is afraid of what being wrong might mean about them, afraid of judgment, afraid of a version of inadequacy they learned to fear a long time ago. The most effective approach researchers have identified is not to win the argument more forcefully. It is to separate the factual disagreement from the identity threat. Acknowledging something genuine before introducing a correction reduces the threat significantly compared to a direct contradiction. Understanding this will not necessarily change the person in your life who does this, but it will change how much of your own energy you spend trying to win arguments that were never really about winning at all.